Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have some exciting and nerve-wracking news, I'll be honest with you. Today I have the awesome, the fabulous, look at her, the radiant Claire Boscq-Scott, who actually is the author, 3 times by the way, and a best-selling author. She is a keynote speaker and also she is a Feng Shui specialist, but she's also a customer service specialist. I mean, Claire, she is absolutely phenomenal. And as a result, of course, that's why she's on my show. Well, what's very scary, there is something I'm going to tell after she will say hello to you.
I don't know which was more scared, you or me.
I am. But I'm so happy you're on my show. Thank you so much for coming today.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's just lovely when flow happens and things happen just as this was supposed to be happening. That's the magic. That it really is the magic. So it's amazing.
It's true. Synchronicity sometimes is mind-blowing. Like today I was supposed to have another lady on my show and her training from half a day is actually a full day, which she wasn't aware of. So she couldn't make it. And I was just about to book Claire to do a tour around my house after my house move into this beautiful, gorgeous home. And when I looked at Claire's diary, I was like, oh, Claire's actually is free around about this time of the show. Let me actually ask her if she'll be willing to scrutinize my house, to give the blunt and the most honest feedback live about my house and the energy in the house. So I am sweating already. Is it normal?
Well, I guess there's a little bit. I mean, it is, because really when you're doing that kind of work, it's very much so Feng Shui. It's very much about the energy and the Shida, but it's your own energy that is relating to your own space, and it's also an emotional energy inside yourself. So there's that kind of interrelation between your environment and your own state. And when when I used to do mystery shopping, you give feedback on the what's happened. Well, it's the same thing. You're kind of giving a feedback, and when you're giving feedback, it's very personal, it's very emotional. And because we're going into your home is a reflection of you, right? And that's very, very, very personal. So we're going deep into the personal there.
Absolutely. And I'll be honest, we both are speakers. And I'll be honest, I was never as stressed to do public speaking than I'm stressed now. Because I know you're going to go through my entire house. Well, okay, entire house is a bit too promising, okay? We're going to do as much as we can within approximately 30, 40 minutes. So those who are joining us, please do let us know where you are based, because we want this message to go as far as possible in the world. Claire already spoke in 20 countries, in 20. So do let us know where you are based. Let's see if Claire was in your country. I'm really curious.
That could be interesting.
Exactly. So do let us know where you are based. But Claire, do you mind to share where you are based, just in case if people can start watching out for you and see if you're walking by?
Well, I am French originally. Okay, but I live on a little island which is called Jersey, and Jersey is based between France and England. So it kind of has the best of both worlds, right? So it's a very French kind of island, but we speak English here. It's under the crown of the Queen, but it's not at the same time. It's independent. So we've got our own money, we've got our own government and all that kind of things. And we only have 100,000 people on the island. So it is a very small island, but it's a beautiful, beautiful island. And we've got some beautiful cows. We're very lucky to have some very beautiful cows who makes absolutely stunning milk. And you probably would have heard of the Jersey potatoes as well. So they're famous worldwide. So we have so much beautiful things on the island.
Wow, sounds like a beautiful island. I definitely should put it on my list. I wonder if we have any other people from your beautiful and gorgeous island. Oh, that'll be exciting to see. But anyways, Claire, let's go to the business straight away.
Let's do this.
Why do we need to know about Feng Shui, and why? Because you say Feng Shui is the secret weapon to thrive. So tell us why. Imagine I'm the complete absolutely non-believer. I am believer, but imagine I'm not believer. So how can you tell me why I should pay attention to Feng Shui and what's behind Feng Shui?
Well, tell me something, Olga. Will you walk somewhere, whether it's a shop, whether it's your friend's house, and you're walking in somewhere, and somehow you don't know why, but something happened, and you just go, ooh, and it doesn't feel right. So you're gonna go into that shop, you're gonna buy whatever you've got, and then you're gonna go again. Same with your friend. Nothing wrong with your friend, but somehow you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel relaxed, and so you're gonna have that cup of tea, and then you're gonna get out again.
Yeah.
You're walking into some places and it feels good. You feel relaxed. You feel so, oh, I feel like home, and that home feeling is what we all want. We all need to feel safe in our environment. So I always talk about the Maslow pyramid. That's the needs that we have. So the main needs, it's kind of eating and breathing and drinking water. And then the second need is feeling safe and secure. And so when you're in that feeling safe and secure, you're going to feel good. And so our environment, everything around us affects our state, the way we feel, the way we think, and the way we behave. And this has been researches around the world. This is not Feng Shui. This is environment psychology. This is all sort of, researches, somatic researches who prove that, our environment affect us. And, of course, if we bring the Feng Shui into the mix, well, 5,000 years ago, the Chinese knew it. They knew that, they wanted to bring nature from the outside inside. So in their environment, they felt good and they felt safe and they could sleep at night without, wondering if somebody was going to come and kill them. So those principles have been, used for many, many years. Feng Shui is a Chinese principle and methodology, but the Egyptian had their own, the Incas had their own. And, there's so many kind of culture who uses similar method and principles and Feng Shui. I just fell in love with the Feng Shui principles, and that's why I kind of using it in perhaps maybe a bit of a modern twist to it, because businesses have different needs nowadays than what they had 5,000 years ago. People had different needs and people feel differently in different environments. So this is really working with the energy, your own energy and the energy of your environment. And that's what Feng Shui is basically all about.
Wow, I love that. And I love the description you actually started with. When you walk in, it either feels right or it doesn't feel right. And it's all about the energy. So you can choose not to believe in that. But it's like gravity. You can't feel it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it. And yet you don't jump off the bridge. Why? Because you're gonna die, right? Listen, yes, you can't feel it. Yes, you can't touch, you can't smell it. But guess what? It's there, whether you want it or not. So you better play alongside that. If you're against, something will go wrong for sure. Love that. We actually have Christopher joining us all the way from Australian desert.
Ooh, very nice.
Have you been speaking in Australia? Now we
I
want
was just going to say that's one place I haven't been yet, so let's put that on the on the map to visit for the next one.
on the map to visit in that case. Okay, so I wonder where else people are based. Let's see where they are. Oh, we also have Sean joining us. That's exciting. Hey, and other people as well. Niranjan joined us, which is exciting. In Washington, Pedro's as well. So that's awesome. Okay, so we have people who are interested to learn about Feng Shui.
Okay.
And we don't know why we should know about that. So Claire, where would you like to go first in my house? And I'm already sweating.
Okay, so there's a couple of big principles we need to think about. Okay, so we've got a she, that's the energy. The energy walks is in, out, everywhere, everything that we have. We have the yin and yang. We have that feminine energy, which is the calm, the emotions, the dreaming, the closing our eyes. And when we've got yang energy, and the yang energy is like, let's get on, let's do it, let's the analytic and the doing. Then we have the 5 elements of nature. So everywhere in your home, in your offices, you have to bring those 5 elements. So the 5 elements are water, wood, fire, earth, metal. Okay, so think about that. We keep that 5 element. That's an important part of it. And then we've got, of course, the bagua, which is the bagua. It's the 9, well, it's 8 squares, but because you've got 1 in the middle, that's 9 squares. And the 9 squares are 9 area of your own life. And what we're going to do with you, Olga, right here, right now, it's walk through the bagua of your home. Are you ready?
No.
Come on, take your phone and stand by your door. So I'd like you to take your phone with you and actually go to your front door, because the front door, and again, there's different type of Feng Shui schools, different type teaches different ways, and there's no wrong or right. It's just interpretation of the old kind of 5,000 years ago principles, and different people, different masters have, interpreted the principle in different ways. So the way I use is we start from the front door, and the front door is the mouth of the chi, right? So you open your door, and that's where the energy comes in through. Okay, so we're at your front door, and very nice. Okay, so you've got quite a lot of white, a nice big white mirror on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Right. And so the fact that this area where you are right here, right now, Olga, this is your career. This is your career area. And that's kind of you walking in, and you've got your career area starting right now. So what we want, and it's beautiful, you've got black carpet to start with. So black is a great element for water. Mirror is a great element for water. So I like that you already have those 2 elements in that space. When you're looking at Chinese restaurants and things like that, you have always a fish tank at the entrance, right? So this is the element of water. We want to bring some of that energy of water in that space. What you want to have also is, and what is it that you're trying to achieve, in your career? Where do you want to go? What do you want to try to achieve? And remember, we always want a little bit of the 5 elements. So at the moment, just looking at your elements right here, right now, you've got metal, you've got water, you've got a little bit of wood. It'd be nice, and you've got tiny little plant here.
Yes.
So we have our 5 elements.
Ooh, that's exciting. I have all 5.
So, you're getting a big tick on that one. That's really good. You've done well on that one. So keep it nice, keep it clean. What you could be adding is maybe a bell somewhere. You want to have those bells ringing, bring me some new clients. Let's bring those new bells. And that's a really good way. Actually, you could put the bell outside.
This is what I was thinking. And let me show you where exactly I was going to add it. And I was going to ask you this question. So right here, I'll take you outside. So right here, I was thinking to add a little bell.
That's it.
Here. And then just right in front of the door. What would you say about that?
Fabulous. So actually, you use a bell with a red cord or red ribbon. Again, the red is the power, it's the energy, it just brings that energy to it. It's a really cool way to add a little bit of that ding ding.
Yeah.
Bring some new clients and a bit of shining into your career.
I'm looking forward to that. So a little chime, a little bell, something to make the noise with, right?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Wonderful.
Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, where are we going next? So actually, when you're going next and you're looking at that, what's this in the middle?
I know, being a little bit perfectionist in the past, I actually was thinking, let me remove this white cabinet because this is due to be collected, because I realized I don't need it. But then I realized when we agree with you, we're going to do this live. I thought, no, let me be authentic and let me show that, this is a perfect example probably of what shouldn't be. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's what we want. It's all about moving energy. So
Yeah.
the more obstructions you have around your home, the less your energy is going to be moving slowly. So and again, it's a tripping hazard. You'll just bang your foot against it in the middle of the night. Um, if you have a clock, you have a clock on the floor at the moment.
No, it has to be on the wall.
Floor. you know,
No, because this clock will be on the wall, but it's one
right.
of those things which has to be done. I have a few more jobs in the living room to do, and big job is to put my dining chairs in the dining room. But we're gonna go there. So there are a few jobs, just like for example, this clock needs to go on the wall. So yeah, but you're right. Probably no clock should be on the wall. But what do you think about clock in the hallway in general? Is it a good idea before I put it actually on the wall? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean that's that's it's fine. It's again, it's kind of it's a black and white clock as well, so it's kind of go. It's a metal clock, so you're kind of adding a little bit of metal within your element, so it will work fine. Christopher was asking, would the cabinet represent a blockage? And actually, yes, it does. It's right in the middle of the space here. So that would represent a blockage. If the cabinet was very, very slim and it was kind of up tall space, and that would kind of get against the wall, it would, it could potentially be fine. But this is just like, this is not good shui.
No. So this is definitely going. And the reason why it's here, as I said, because I got a really big wardrobe. Who doesn't like a big wardrobe, right? And I realized I have so much space. I know it's unbelievable, right? A woman has so much space in the wardrobe. But I used to have so much space that actually this cabinet is not more needed. And I'm kind of a person who learned how to let go of stuff which I don't need. So this sunshine is going. Bye-bye, cabinet.
And imagine when you do that as well, somebody else is going to have it. Somebody's going to feel so happy because they're able to get something, and so let
Yeah,
go of things. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
remember that space. So as you move forward towards the middle of your landing here, this is your health area. So
Uh-huh.
it
That's
is
it. Just really.
literally your health area. And this is really kind of the space we want to keep clear. We want to keep clean. We want to keep things moving, because you want to have a nice, clean, health, right? So, let's declutter anything that is in the middle. We don't want any of that.
Good. Oh, that's
Okay.
great advice. Keep it clean.
Keep
So
it
where would
clean.
you like me to go? Do you want me to go to the kitchen or the living room?
No, so turn left then. Turn left.
Turn left. Yeah, this will be the living room. So we are
You
going now into the living room.
Right. So your living room is actually your self-development area. So it's quite a big living room. I think really when I am looking at it, you may even take two of the bagua. You may probably have the self-development, which is the closest way against your window.
Uh-huh.
And then the middle part of it would be where your family and ancestors are.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
So I love that you've got wooden floor, you've got some plants in there. This is so it's an area where you are self-developing yourself. So things like perhaps books that you may have, things that you may want to learn. Oh, there you are. You've got books down the end.
I do have
Very
behind the plant, and some of them are still on the floor because they still have to be kind of reviewed, and some of them need to go. But yeah, majority of those which I keep are on the shelf. Yeah.
Okay, so that's perfect. Your books are the right place. You would place there things like, if you like any mentors, if you got people that you look upon, Buddhas, if you got a little, if you do meditation, it's a great place to kind of sit and meditate. So that's that kind of space here. And if you move around your camera, have your back against the window.
Sure. Let's do
Right.
it.
So if you have and move your camera the other way.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. This
Okay. And so then at the end of it, where you've got your big sofa there, this is where your family and ancestors. So I've seen you had some photos on the left-hand side by your television. Yes.
I don't have television.
It's not television. Oh, sorry, I
No,
thought it was a
I don't
television.
have television in my living room.
So photos of your ancestors, families, all that would be better in the middle of the room rather than in that corner here.
So would you suggest here on fireplace?
Yeah, on the fireplace would be good. And remember, this is the element of wood. So
Wow.
that big plant that you have by your books would be much better on the other side.
Aha. So you mean other side there?
That's right, by the big lamp and the sofa, because that's the roots. You imagine it's your family, it's the roots, it's your ancestors who are here to look upon you. So it's all that kind of real growth, and we want that you to grow as a big, strong, lovely person, right? So that's kind of where that energy go.
So that little plant in the corner is probably too small for that corner in that case. Would you say that?
Yes. So can you tell me? That's not a cactus, is it?
No, no, I don't know what it's called, I'll be honest. I love plants, but I'm not really good with knowing what they're called. It is
Okay.
these sorts of plant.
Okay, so, oh, right, yes, yes, yes. There's no pics to it. So I'm just thinking, cactus, they're not great plants to have in a home unless you really don't like somebody, you want to kind of keep them calm. You may want to put the cactus into your fame area, but in general, try not to get any spiky things. It's quite too, it's not good chewing. So
Interesting.
yeah, so nice big plant in the middle, on the other side, kind of would be a really nice kind of add-on to your strong roots. That would do. So we want a bit of green. We want a bit of so even if you have a throw on top of your your
Ouch, yeah.
your sofa, you could have a green throat just to give that kind of greenness to it.
Ah, I see. And what about fake plants? Because whilst I was traveling for 3 months, my plants were with a foster mummy, which is like my friend. My friend was looking after them, so we call her foster mummy of my plants. And when she brought them over back to me, one plant got forgotten. One baby stayed there. So she's coming very soon to bring it over to me. But that is like a fake but huge, gorgeous orchid. And to be honest, I was thinking to get rid of that lamp and put a huge orchid on that table. Would that work? What do you think? Because it's fake. That's my concern.
Well, I prefer real plant, because with real plant you get earth, the ground, you get water, and then you got the plants. So you get three elements in one. So
Yeah.
it kind of, and also think about nature. The plants actually get you to breathe better. They reduce the Wi-Fi. So, but I see that you've got a conservatory.
Conservatory. I do have conservatory. Yes.
And perhaps the plant, because it's also your prosperity area, that conservatory there, it may be a better idea to have it there. So
Right.
it kind of brings that kind of, you can leave it there without it dying.
Ooh, such a good idea, Claire. I love
Yeah.
that.
And think about, I mean, the subconscious doesn't recognize whether it's a real plant or a fake plant. So if it's a beautiful plant, your subconscious won't realize it. It's just a natural effect having a real plant compared to a fake plant. You won't get the natural effect of it.
Okay, so I'm getting a big plant for that corner for sure now. Definitely.
So either that corner or that corner, whichever way,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this one or that one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Is it
yeah.
okay to keep a lamp there? Because I was thinking to give it a bit more light, because naturally that will be a very dark corner. And there is a little chandelier in that corner. And please ignore the art on the walls. That's another job which has to be done. In addition to the clock in the hallway, there's a little tiny chandelier. And when I put light on, it gives a bit of light, but not too much. And that's why I thought to add a little bit with the lamp. What would you say about this being the expert in Feng Shui?
Yeah, no, that's fine. This side is it's a wood element, so we want things that grow tall. So the only little thing. Can you move that lamp a little bit taller? to make it a little bit taller? Or is that just the way it goes in there?
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those you can't, you do with what, and you need to do it as it feel for you, right? So when you sit on a sofa, does that lamp feel right? And do you see enough? Do you feel like, it's helpful?
Well, that's why I thought to get rid of that, because actually I like the idea, but having that doesn't feel right. And that's why I thought, okay, I'll get rid of the lamp and I'll put an orchid. But now I think I will get rid of the lamp, but I'll put a nice, beautiful, gorgeous plant there. I
Yeah,
think that's
a
what I
big tall plant, because you've got quite a large living room as well. So a big, large plant will work really nicely there.
Yeah. And also here, this wall looks a bit empty. And a friend of mine, she's creating a beautiful art for this wall, which will be a gift to me, a bespoke. So please ignore the empty spot.
That's fine. That's fine. And I know I'm just conscious with the time as well. We're looking at time. But so do you want to go actually in your dining room in conservatory? Because that's the prosperity corner. And
Oh,
yes, that's the big one, isn't it?
it's a big one, and I'm sure people cannot wait to hear what can they do, what can they shift in order to shift the prosperity and wealth in their life. So this
Yes.
is the dining room, and remember I told you my chairs, they arrived yesterday. That's why they're still in a semi state. And you see, my perfectionist side of me in the past would say, no, I can't show because they're not ready. But I thought, no, let me be real. They are not ready. So there they are. And also, the frame behind one of the chairs should be on the wall. It should be there. So please, everybody, excuse that. But yes, here we are in the dining room now.
Okay, and it's interesting, Olga, because we didn't talk about the paintings that you have in the living room, but then I've just noticed that you have a painting, which is, again, exactly the same painting that you have downstairs. And I've noticed you've got similar painting upstairs in your bedroom. So are you trying to hide a relationship?
Oh my God, that's fascinating you're asking that. So the reason why I have couples is because I prefer couples rather a single person, and I prefer people rather an odd apple on the wall. But what's interesting, I do keep my relationship very private from the world. So people know nothing about my private life. And what's interesting, recently we actually decided to go a little bit public and to make few announcements and just to kind of appear together. So I think what you're saying there is actually right, because yes, I was keeping that very, very private area. But was it intentional? I don't know. But it's interesting what you're saying, observing the art, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all over your walls. So it's really interesting because really kind of this space here is your wealth area. So how do how do you show up in the world with your prosperity and all that kind of thing? So again, are you hiding your relationship? What's behind that we're not seeing? Perhaps in this area, if you could find a painting which represents wealth and prosperity to you, would be a better painting that's that little couple hiding as if they were doing something wrong.
Would be interesting, because actually in that case I have this little frame which I'll show you, and this frame, I know it's upside down right now, I can turn around if you want. Right, so this frame is actually from the house where I grew up, and this is a window frame. It's an original window frame, and that will go on the wall here. So that will be literally here, right, on that wall, and they'll be overlooking the conservatory. So what I hear from you, maybe in that case, I can put that frame on the wall, and instead of having pictures of that house, which is obviously the old house and nobody lives in there anymore, it was taken by the government, long story, European, the Soviet Union broke and whatever. So maybe what I could do, put the picture frame on the wall and put beautiful pictures about gorgeous landscapes, maybe us in relationship, but us in relationship rather than art on the wall. What do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. And your that area at the moment, it's very gray. It's very white. It's very pale compared to your personality, Olga. You're very flamboyant lady. You've always had red. You wear beautiful red lipstick, and your home is very pale. You need to bring some bright things in it. Bring some fire in there, my girl.
Wow, I love that. I
You need
love
to bring
that.
some fire in there. So bring some reds, bring some color that, red of $100 or £100, and bring some red curtains just to light up that space, because at the moment it's very pale. It's very, very metally.
It's interesting, and I wonder if it is because before, if you would be in my previous house, I had red cushions, red curtains, and it was very fiery. So it feels like right now I'm taking a break from that fire. It's
Mm.
quite interesting. Yeah, because I did have in my old house red cushions, bright red curtains, and there were lots of elements of red. And somehow in this house, I felt, you know what? No, I wanted to be a bit calmer. I wanted to be a bit, but
Mm.
I will add few elements. Yeah, maybe bright candles,
Yes.
bright flowers, maybe brighter throws, probably brighter throws. Yeah, good idea.
Just
Hmm.
doing that again, if it's too yin, so what's happening at the moment, how we feel, is just way too yin, which is maybe a little bit too relaxed and too
Oh.
chilled and too nice. The living room, dining room is a very home space. People are coming in, they're doing a lot of things. It's a very vibrant space where people are being very flamboyant, and so add a little bit of fire to that space.
Oh, I'm looking forward to play with that in that case. Okay, so something brighter, and because this wallpaper is kind of lilac, white and lilac,
Right.
so I should be quite careful what colors exactly I add as little accents in
Okay,
the
so big purple instead of red. Big kind of something really big purple, big, that purple, royal purple, the
room.
Queen's crowns purple, that kind of brings some of that real kind of color would be beautiful in there. If that's purple, it looks silver to me from here.
I see. No, no, it's lilac. That's why I was like, it's not grey actually. It's lilac.
Right.
Yeah, but of course there's green and there's the technology. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good advice. Okay, so in that case, I'll bring a bit of color in the room, and I will do the same with the living room. Yes, I'll bring a bit more color, a bit of yang. Wow, Claire, it's quite interesting how we've only been in the hall, we've only been in your living room and in your dining room, and you already said so much information. But I wonder, is there anything else you can say in overall about these areas? And surely maybe we can do another time and we can explore other areas in the house. But today I just want to respect your time and time of people who watch us. But are there any general tips which you can share with everybody here so they can look at their dining room, they can look at their living room, at their hallway, and decide, okay, this should go away and I should bring this instead?
Well, I mean, so the main elements with that, because your home is different from everybody else's home. So, the areas will be different. So the dining room may not be in the wealth area, it may be in the relationship area. So without talking about, specific, but think about, okay, so you need to think about that balance of the yin and yang. If it's too yin, add a little bit of yang, right? If it's the living room or your bedroom, you want that yin energy, you want that calm, you want that boudoir kind of feeling. But if it's the dining room where you're going to have parties, just bring a bit of fire into it. And then you need to think about the 5 elements. So again, in each of your rooms, each of the areas, have a bit of fire, have a bit of earth, have a bit of metal, water, and then wood. So the 5 elements. So again, it depends if you've got too much wood. So there's homes with wooden floor, wooden, libraries and walls, and everything's wood. So it's too much wood, it's going to be very rigid. You may have arguments and that kind of thing. So you need to add the other elements to kind of turn it down a bit. And that's why really kind of having a consultant, it's especially the first time that you do it, they kind of guide you through it, they give you the pointers, and it's just so much easier for you to then continue with that journey and really kind of create a lifestyle. It's not just we're doing that today and then it's finished, but think about it on a daily basis. And one of the big thing as well that we haven't talked, because your home is beautiful, it's clutter.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from that cabinet in the middle of the the corridor, yeah,
Yeah.
right. Clutter is a massive thing that you can't. And a friend Feng Shui of mine says you can't put gorgeous fresh flowers into a dirty vase.
No.
Okay, and I love that saying because you need to kind of first look at what was there. You need to remove. I don't love it. I don't use it. I don't need it. Get rid of it. And somebody else will be very happy with it. So look at your clutter before you start any work. You need to kind of clear it out and make sure that you can then add and remove things, and make those shui moves really, which are going to be making the difference between one space and the other. And also you need to think about, if it's not broken, don't break it for the sake of Feng Shui said this room should be all yellow, so I'm going to paint the whole room yellow. No, it's not about this, but it's about really kind of looking at how the energy, what can you add. You said the wall was lilacs. Okay, well, red and lilac wouldn't really go, so add some really purple, gorgeous purple color. So again, and do a trial for a few weeks,
Yeah.
and then if it doesn't work, move it again, changing round, add something. So doing something every day. So I had a video this week, and I'm talking about decluttering, 9 minutes of
Oh, wow.
decluttering for 9 days. That's all you need. 9 minutes for 9 days. So try this. It's really powerful, and it is only 9 minutes. Everybody can do it. And by the end of the 9 days, you would have seen your whole office completely cleared out, your whole filing cabinet completely cleared out, your files on your computer, and feeling so much more space and so much better for it. So yeah, those kind of little things are really kind of small step at a time.
Wow, this is so powerful, Claire. And I love the fact it's only 9 minutes and only for 9 days. And then at the end, you completely shift and you leave the energy. And that's true. The reason why I love flying, because when I'm on the plane, I like to do decluttering of my laptop and my phone. I like to go through everything and remove whatever I don't need. I just need to fly more often, I think. But yes, it's such a good tip. 9 minutes a day, and that
Yeah.
will transform your environment completely. And you know what I just learned today as well, Claire? Because I follow Feng Shui for a while. I have books on Feng Shui. I read a lot as well. I haven't been writing because I'm not an expert. I'm not a practitioner, but I do use Feng Shui also with my clients. So when something doesn't work, I will ask them questions about, oh, what's in that area in your house or on your desk. And what fascinates me, that despite I knew, I still hasn't done it 100%.
And so do I, Olga. A couple of weeks ago, it got me. I got up that Saturday morning. I just needed to do so. I did my entrance. I put my bell outside, which I hadn't done for a long time. I changed the carpet, moved around, came in the office, tidied the desk, moved this. I added some stuff in my relationship corner. And suddenly it was like 3 hours later, and I was like, whoa, this just is, how can I be 3 hours doing this? When I'm supposed to be doing it on the daily basis kind of thing. And walking into the office, it's just like, wow, this is just so beautiful. I feel so happy to come to work. And, it's really kind of supports you subconsciously, and that's the thing about that, moving that energy. It's really that subconscious support that you get from creating better harmony.
My God, I learned so much. And what it shows, your story right now, that nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. And even if you know, still get that consultation, because just like today, I'm blown away what I learned. And I'm looking forward to re-listen to this show, because obviously I wasn't making any notes, but I'm looking forward to re-listen to this show and follow step by step everything what you said, because this was so valuable. So Claire, please could you share with us how people can get in touch with you, so they can book you for consultation, and you could do the same tour as you did with me. And actually Diana, she says, or she's so sorry she missed the walk around in your home. Diana, we haven't managed to do the entire house, so don't worry, we'll probably have to do another go with the rest of the rooms. But yeah, it is quite interesting. And Diana says she will be doing 9 minutes for 9 days. Exciting. So how people can get in touch with you, Claire?
So Claire Boscq-Scott.com, that's the website. Just or Google me. I'm on everywhere on social media. So of course, LinkedIn, Facebook, but Instagram as well. So you can just PM me. And then I do like a 15 minutes free consult for anybody who wants to kind of give it a try and not maybe a bit intrigued and thinking, oh, what's all this about? So if you want to do that, we can put the link later on under the video. And yes, just have a try, see how it feels and see how you feel, because that's the shift that you're going to get. The physical and the emotional stresses will start going, and you will start managing those emotions so much better, and that's what the transformation is all about. It really kind of is quite magic.
It is wonderful, wonderful. And thank you so much for sharing your details. I will definitely make sure that below the video, I share your contact details, how people get in touch with you. And also, I'll be sharing the details on for your social media. So please make sure you do get in touch with Claire, because as you've seen, even on my journey today around the house, you see, there was so much to discuss, and we only managed to do 3 areas in time, right? So sure, there's a lot more to talk about, and I'm sure in your house, you will love your energy being lifted. You will absolutely enjoy coming back home and feel like, I feel good in here. So Claire is the person to get in touch.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I'd love, I think it's something that I've been wanted to do for 10 years, and I've been hiding for doing it. And, and since I've started kind of bringing it, my energy shift every time I speak to somebody, because I feel so good that you feel good. So that's kind of, that's kind of my mission, to really kind of help people feel good in their environment. Because when you feel good, you feel good, and then you're going to be good with others. You're going to give great service. You're going to be a good mom or a good dad, and you kind of have such a better work-life balance, and life itself. It's just amazing.
Absolutely agree with you. Totally agree with you. So thank you so much, everybody who was watching us today. It was a pleasure to see you here. It was a pleasure to know that you are watching, and I really, really hope you will make some changes. By the way, why not to let us know what changes will you make? Please do. Also, maybe you can take a picture before and after, and I'm sure Claire will be happy to see those as well, right? Because ideally, what we want to make an impact. We want to make a difference, a change, a movement, and you could be helping us with that. So please make sure you share this video with somebody who you know needs to hear this video, and that will help them. So thank you so much, everybody who was watching us around the globe today. Thank you, Claire, for coming to my show today. I really appreciate it. And all your comments today were so, so helpful. Now I can't wait to go back and do all of that. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Olga.
Bye.